Yo, number 37. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our midlife crisis, episode 37.
Yeah, I think 37 is a bad one. It's like 19. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like
We're
20.
almost over the hill.
We have an action-packed episode for you today.
Yeah. Lots to talk about. Things I'm excited about. I love that new game energy.
Yes.
When it's a success. Like, I'm always rooting for it to be a success. Because that's fun.
Quick addendum. I said that Horizon Zero Dawn was coming out on the 4th. It's not correct. It's coming out on the 7th. So when you see this, you'll have the opportunity to purchase it for like $40.
You gonna pick it up?
No. Right now. I am getting fucked from all angles financially. So no, not right now. But
Would you pick it up, or are you
would
going
I?
to pick it up?
Would? Yes. Will? No. Not yet.
Yeah.
Serious news though. There was a pretty bad explosion.
Yeah.
In Lebanon. There's not much that we could do in person because it's across the world. But we're going to leave something in the description called helplebanon.card with 2 R's .co. And you could pretty much give money. If you're in the area, you can give blood. I wish I could give blood, but it wouldn't go to them.
Yeah.
Because I have the gift and the curse blood. Oh, negative.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, I knew exactly what you were talking about. Vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can give to everybody, but nobody can give to me.
Well, I mean, like the Red Cross is a vampire to me. I even called them that. I even called them as much because I used to donate plasma. Like, yeah, I get treated like a fucking queen for 2.5 hours while they suck the blood out of your body and then put it back in. So I was like, yeah, I don't mind this at all. Thank you for like giving me sips of juice from a straw while I watch a Disney movie. And literally like in this lounge chair. And so I used to do that. And then because of like health reasons, I was no longer able to donate, but they would call me all the time. And I was like over and over again, like
they still hound me.
Yeah. Because give blood if you can, but it's funny.
Yeah, so I'll be giving them some money. Whatever I can afford, but if you can, I've seen the pictures after the fact. I'm not going to speculate as to what happened. That's above my pay grade. But Beirut looks like a war zone. No pun intended. It's very, very sad and heartbreaking.
Wow.
And it could have been prevented. Because apparently what the story is ammonium nitrate exploded. That's been sitting there for, I don't know, better part of half a decade. So,
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, if you can give.
Yeah, Lebanon is obviously in our thoughts, and like Lou said, if you can donate financially, or even how you can get involved, go to I'm sorry, you posted the link.
Yeah, it's helplebanon.card with 2 R's .co. That'll give you a whole laundry list of things that you could do and organizations that you could help out. That you can do from home. Which is pretty dope. This is the second card thing we've shared. I don't think I've ever seen this beforehand. I think this with the Black Lives Matter thing, it gives people information in a consumable fashion. So
indirectly from source. You'd see a lot of like graphics, and you're like, is this really the way, best way to help? But so being able to hear directly from, the victims and those that are able to mobilize and organize, like how you can help with those that are helping.
Yeah. We also have some non-gaming shit. TikTok finna get banned.
Really? It's not going anywhere for them?
This is a government thing, so quick reminder: register to vote. Um, yeah, the Zoomers are gonna be mad. I don't think you want to piss the Zoomers off, right? Gen Z is what?
I don't think it matters because remember Vine died? They don't give a fuck. Like, and then Twitter bought like Periscope, Twitter buy other things, Facebook will buy Instagram, and then Facebookify it. Like, they're gonna do what they want to do. It seems the only one that's like a little bit different is Snapchat. Like, they purposely are a little bit hard to use, and thus I think it appeals to maybe younger generation, a bit more advanced mobile users.
Yeah,
So
Gen Z is between 5 years old and 25. You don't want to fuck with Gen.
yeah, they're the trendsetters. Like, they may not have money, but
They have influence and power in
yeah.
numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get banned. Microsoft wants to like buy this thing. Look at Mixer, but I don't use TikTok, so I don't really care.
That's what happened with Vine. You know, Twitter bought it and then killed it. You were like, why did we do that?
But Twitter doesn't really make money, so I don't think you could. I don't know. You can't really profit off of Vine unless you like cut into the ad deals or whatever, which they could just make ad deals, under the behind closed doors. Yeah, I really don't care, but Gen Z is gonna be pissed, super pissed.
They'll find the next, where will they all go? What determines it?
I think TikTok is that thing. I think it's big enough where people will be wildly upset. Yeah. So, you have information about that analog pocket thing?
Yeah, the pre-sale sold out.
As we said it would. We're gonna. There's no like. This reminds me of sneakers. It says here that it's sold out in 8 minutes.
Wow, I didn't realize the time. I just saw disappointed tweets on Twitter, that sold out. People weren't able to get one that really wanted one.
Yeah.
Sounds like so many people want it. You think people bought it to resell it?
Yeah, of course, 100%. Happens in everything that's in limited quantities. It's been happening with the Switch the last 5 or 6 months. It's been happening with sneakers and from the beginning of botting.
Yeah.
Anytime you want like a hype pair of sneakers, something that's going to be limited, it sells out in seconds.
Wow. Yeah.
I wear probably the most popular size, and I don't even try anymore. So
yeah,
I don't even get up at 10 a.m. on Fridays or Saturdays anymore.
It reminds me of most recently the Animal Crossing Switch selling out.
I got that one late though.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like 2 days late to the party, and I was still able to get one, which is weird.
Yeah, that is strange.
But I did get it on Amazon, so maybe I got like a restock, or I got lucky.
Yeah, you got the timing right. Like, even people have been able to get Switches now. I've had multiple friends, and they say it's like you got to recheck all the sites at certain times, but you should be able to get them. It's not like they stopped making them.
No, they haven't. But the days of going back to the store and just randomly picking one up, like in the middle of the afternoon, those are gone for the foreseeable future. It's hard to keep talking.
I know we talked about that, but I like that a lot. Okay, it was a little bit Schadenfreude, where people try to waltz in and be like, I'm going to buy myself an Xbox One, and then be like, they're like, turns out you can't buy them.
Yeah.
Or like walk into the store and then like whoop, walk right back out.
Yeah, swift justice. Yeah, I'm glad I got my Switches when I did, because having to wait online now and going in and it might not be there, and then it might get
Mm-hmm.
backdoored to friends or whatever. Not a
Mm-hmm.
fun time.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to get the electronics you want, especially when it comes to entertainment consoles. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, entertainment
uh
is super important now.
if you were able to get one of these, congratulations, and let us know how it is.
Yeah.
Do you think people will be streaming this?
Possibly, maybe.
Mm.
It's really just handheld, right? I mean, to be honest with you, you could just dump your games onto a ROM and emulate them.
Mm-hmm.
If you really wanted to stream them, if you wanted, I don't think anybody's gonna be paying $200 to, no, $300 to stream original cartridges.
Yeah.
Maybe like the retro people, the retro crowd, possibly.
You
No,
don't think it would be a brag, like, anyway, like a flex? I got one.
nah. Usually
Okay.
these items are so niche that if you show a normie it, they won't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know, versus like something like Supreme or like a Louis Vuitton thing, they'll know what
Mm-hmm.
that is, but they won't know what this is.
Exactly.
If it goes on sale, I'll get one. But I don't have a collection of. Do you have any like retro shit, like handheld
Mm-hmm.
stuff?
Yeah, I have Game Boys. I have a Game Boy Advance. I have cartridges. Hell yeah, those things never die.
Yeah,
Bricks.
I'm thinking about getting into like retro stuff, but I was thinking about getting into retro phones, but not using them just to have them. I don't know.
You got to get a Razer RAZR.
Yeah, that was the one I
a,
was looking
a
for.
chocolate. I forget the way that was spelled.
One of
I
the
remember
Nextel
like
phones, the
a Pebble.
i930.
Yeah, one of those Nokias.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, maybe you already mentioned the Nokias that like came out like in the red and the blue. Those were a big thing. Like, oh, colors.
Yes. And there was another one. I don't know if you remember the PDA.
Yeah.
Phase or
Palm.
whatever.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, T-Mobile had two of them that I had. And I was looking I watched a review, like a retro review of one of them that I had, the T-Mobile Wing, which was whatever. Yeah, what a piece of shit, dude. I'm looking at my phone now and I'm like, time flies.
What was the one that looked like a handheld console from, I thought it was T-Mobile, and then you take the screen and it would like pivot up on a hinge, and then I think the keyboard would be under there.
The Sidekick?
Yeah, that was the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
People had those when, I don't want to say when in my life, but yes, at some point when I was in college.
That was, yeah, let's not say it was quite a
And
long
I
time
was in
ago.
college for a long time. It reminds me of that. I don't know if you've seen Tommy Boy. Oh my God, that's such an old movie, but he's he's like, it's okay. He says to David Spade, like, some people take 7 years to graduate college, like doctors. It's like, yeah, but I'm not a doctor. I didn't get my medical degree. Just took my time.
Anybody could be a doctor if they're brave enough. You
Not
don't need the
me.
accolades.
Don't want it. Yeah, I'm good.
Gaming shit. So Animal
Yeah.
Crossing dropped their summer part 2 update. Have you played it?
Did you play? No.
I played it a little bit. I have a
I've
quick
been on an
rant though.
animal. Yeah, go ahead.
Why on earth would you tout an island backup for the Switch for Animal Crossing in the current year of our Lord 2020
Mhm.
when you have to contact Nintendo to get your island backed up to a new Switch? It has to be a new Switch or a fixed Switch. Why? What? Hello? What fucking land do you live on? No one is starting an Animal Crossing esports league for you to have any integrity with your game files. Let me take my island and put it on my Switch Lite. Why do I have to contact Nintendo? Or no, better yet, fuck you. You make me pay, $40 a year for the family plan for Nintendo Online, Let save it in the cloud. Hello?
Yeah.
This is a first party Nintendo game. Quit with your fuckery, dude. What
Right.
is this? When I was looking at it, so I tried to I don't remember what I did. I wanted to see what was different, so I put it on the Switch Lite
Mm-hmm.
and signed into my burner account to see if it
Mm-hmm.
would show up on the burner account, like as a save thing. That didn't work. Then you have to go into the settings inside your game, and like once you do like the tent stuff in Animal Crossing, the very beginning, then you can set it up, and you can't even like force save it. So it's whenever the game decides that you're connected to the internet
Mm-hmm.
and decides to save your island.
But they're like, but Dream, what's it called?
The dream
Dreams.
the dream stuff. Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to have a dream island thing. And you can't even take any tools into it to siphon some shit. So I don't even know like what's the point? To look at people's islands and get sad that you haven't spent 90 hours terraforming your shit?
Yeah. Or maybe you're just terrible at it.
Yeah. One of those two. I'm pretty terrible at building games anyway, so I'm not too
Exactly.
I'm not too, mad about that, but it just seems very backwards to me about the big resistance of saving your island. Like I don't understand.
Yeah. It's just Nintendo why we'll never know.
This update seems okay. They've added
Yeah.
a few cool things to it. It just feels a little flat for me because I hate when people it's like a form of gaslighting almost, or like
Yeah.
grandstanding or something where they tout these things as features or updates when realistically these were things that were cut from the game to
Mm,
launch in March.
you're right. They do seem like minor updates, like uh these little things that just should have been like little patches slid out, like, or like a little summer season gift or something, like,
Yeah,
because it did motivate me to. I did some of the sea creatures, but I was like, this is a lot of work. Like, you swim so slow. Um, you have to like stop and equip something, and then it even became more annoying because you would have, even though you were wearing a wetsuit, it wasn't considered clothing, it was considered an item. So if you went to try to go to Mabel's to buy something, like you couldn't use the fitting room until you again stopped, open the menu. I was like, come on,
yeah.
Nintendo, like,
That's what the magic wand, the star wand as well. You can't
yeah.
go in there with clothes or an outfit selected, which absolutely annoys me. Um, yeah, I don't know. This game released unfinished because realistically, the
Mm.
summer update should have came out last month.
Yeah, you're right. I was wondering, I was like, does summer begin in August in Japan? Because I was like, it has been summer here for 2 months.
Quite some time, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, they did. You could tell like how a developer communicates to you when they're even teasing a fall update.
Yeah.
So they're like,
N-
this might not be it, but we got something in the fall coming. Like, all right.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember when that would upset me too, because it would just be a small communication to players, like with the message, like, don't come back till the fall.
yeah,
I used to hate when Destiny did that. I was like, you're killing the player base. Don't word it like that.
yeah. I think Nintendo didn't factor in um moving save states across switches
Mm,
when they released the light. The light came out what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago at this point.
yeah.
So yeah, there needs to be some updates to Nintendo Online, and they need to pump some features in because this is ridiculous. I don't want to contact Nintendo to restore my Animal Crossing island. What?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
How long is that going to take? Like, and
Yeah,
has anyone even had success with that?
I don't think many people. Maybe someone might have done it, but I want the option to play on my TV and to play it in handheld mode with the smaller Switch. Just give me that. That's all I need. There's no integrity of your game, especially when people are hacking in items as it stands. So, you know, all right, whatever. You have anything else
Yeah.
on Animal Crossing?
Mm, just a minor complaint. I still haven't received my Animal Crossing T-shirt. It's been like 3 months, so I don't know what the holdup about that is. I'm on my third shirt now. Still haven't, you know, gotten the correct one. Another one came from Redbubble and it was not printed correctly. God damn it. Like, this game is going to be long dead before I get to wear a shirt. I'm going to be like a walking stale meme.
Yeah. Did you order from Amazon?
Originally, and then I went over to Redbubble because they had more than just like 3 designs. And I didn't. Some of the stuff was stupid. Like, no offense if you think the Animal Crossing puns are fun, but it'd be like, I'm a billionaire, and it would show like Tom Nook in sunglasses, and I was like, okay, I guess yes, maybe he is a thug, but let's not like. Anyway, so it just, I didn't like it. I didn't like anything I found there.
Not your
Thought it was
demo.
cheesy. And then the one shirt I did buy was a freaking spook fest. So scary. It was like the face is coming out of the darkness.
Yeah,
What the
Requiem
hell?
got that shirt. I don't think he wore it because I didn't. I requested pictures of it, and I know that the shirt wouldn't fit him. It would look like a crop top. I haven't
Yeah,
received my pictures, so I'm assuming that he did get it and did not wear it.
that's what I used to call the giveaways I would do on stream, because I would have t-shirts, like I would get a swag from conventions, but I'd end up with women's sizes. So I'd be like, hey, I'll give these away, but I know all of you are not ladies large. So we're gonna call this giveaway, M's too tight nerd shirt giveaway. And please share a picture when you receive it. Thank you.
Yeah, or you can give it to the girl you're simping on, and then she could send you a picture, and then you could send a
Yeah.
picture.
Or give it to your mom. She might play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I don't
So
want to give my mother video games. Bad
yeah.
enough she has a phone.
I bet she plays games you don't know.
We did try to play Overcooked 2 one time.
Yeah.
Didn't go well.
Yeah, but you knew that was gonna happen. That's your fault.
Yes.
100%. Yeah. Let's play this chill game.
Where's the pizza sauce? What were you gonna say? You're gonna say something.
I was just gonna say that's enough about Animal Crossing.
Y'all eat. What's next?
Not even playing it. I'm excited about Pikmin. Speaking of Nintendo, there's a it's called Pikmin 3 Deluxe Remaster.
A mouthful.
So yeah, I'm excited though. There's like some sort of multiplayer mode, but who knows? Let's just say it's neat. The game is coming out again. I was hoping it would. Honestly, I think Pikmin is a good game. I used to like to play it on the GameCube discs with my Wii U. So yeah, bring on the Pikmins.
Yeah, I'm just a little butthurt that this is gonna cost $60. Pikmin 3 was a Wii U game. And Pikmin 4 has been in development. I've never played a
Mm-hmm.
Pikmin game, but to me, it looks like this should come with older Pikmins as well, like maybe 1, 2, and 3. I know that's probably asking for too much, but for $60, come on.
Yeah.
Like I know the Nintendo Switch tax is a real thing, but I don't know. But I am excited since I'm not. This is not a negative to me. I just have one question: Mario Sunshine when? That's what I want to know. because they have a whole back catalog of games that they could just churn out.
I'm excited. I want to see what else they have in store. Like Paper Mario's been all right, but I love Luigi's Mansion. Give me more Nintendo games, you know. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I'll buy them.
I would love to see older Zeldas ported
Oh
over
yeah,
too.
yeah, that would be really cool.
Just sell them in sagas, you know? Like like the GameCube games. I would love to play Twilight Princess again. What else would I love to play?
Wind Waker.
Yes.
That's. I love Wind Waker. I mean,
Like,
Breath of the Wild, I think is, in my opinion, the best one. I really enjoyed playing it, but I understand if you like another one. But I love the Wind Waker #2. It's a very good game.
yeah, they have a whole back catalog that they could just dump on us, and I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
give us a couple games for $60, not just one.
Right.
Give us a few.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that, but or a $40 price tag, I'd be okay with as well.
Yeah, man, I'll probably pre-order it, but probably closer to the release date. We'll see what I'm playing at the time. Like, I might not need to play the Pikmin release unless I'm really bored.
Yeah. Also, this is coming out the day before Halloween, so October 30th. So it's a ways away. It's a couple months away.
Yeah, they're probably coordinating it with their Animal Crossing, releases, their updates.
Do you like when gaming companies do that, like cross pollinate their first party titles?
If it involves multiplayer, no, I don't like that because it splits. Unless they're doing it on purpose, unless it provides some benefit. But
Yeah, what if it was like some like bug day or something? I don't know what the hell Pikmin is about. I've never played one. But what if they had like special items that you can get in Animal Crossing
yeah,
to like, promote Pikmin coming out, but also you get cool shit.
right.
And then Animal Crossing becomes like a hub of like Nintendo stuff. Because they've had
Yeah.
other things as well, like the Switch thing, and it's just items, just digital items, like decor, really.
Yeah, I still want more stuff. I feel like I get the same shit over and over again.
There needs to be some DLC for Animal Crossing.
Or maybe some sort of algorithm that you're like, it's just a little bit disappointing when I walk into the Nook store at least twice a day, and the new items for each day is literally like 2 out of 5 of them were stuff that was there the previous day. I was like, this is monotonous.
Yeah. They almost force you to like skip days if you want to get cool shit. I'm still waiting on a 50-inch HD TV again. I need another one. So Fall Guys released. What was it? 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Well, there was a beta, so people have been playing it, but then yeah, the release was yesterday. I played some of it. I know you've been playing it.
Yeah, I got about like maybe 2.5, 3 hours in.
It's a lot more than me, but I played a little bit yesterday. Had a good time. I've been thinking about it. I want to play more. I was just a little bit frustrated at it wasn't exactly stable. And then I would not be able to get in some matches. Like the count would be stuck at 59 out of 60, which I know they could have found one more guy to put in. I just don't know why. I guess an error. And then yeah, just connectivity issues, server errors, minor complaint. Those are the major complaints that need fixing ASAP to make this game enjoyable. But then there's no exit button on the main screen.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts. But yeah, so you can do 2 clicks of a keyboard and force quit it. But I was like, just give me a little exit button in the right corner. It's like, is it invisible? It just seems like it was forgotten.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for me because I have a rage button because I play Call of Duty. So it's a macro that Alt F4s the game. I'm a little ashamed saying that. But
you're trash.
Yep, I am trash. I do get upset sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the game it's fun. It's like it has a lot of like the music gets annoying after a while, but the sounds, like the sound effects, they're pretty satisfying just listening to them.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know, very
That was an yeah.
questionable.
That was another minor complaint of mine too. I was like, "Woo, this music gets annoying real fast." Something about the Animal Crossing. Oh my god, stop talking about Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing music, even though it's repetitive, it doesn't get old. Like, it's really good about just kind of like going in the background without you realizing it. But this game, it was way too noticeable. I turned off the music, and just let the sound effects go.
Yeah, it gets annoying after a while.
Yeah, it got
Um,
annoying real
Good news
quick.
for them though, Devolver. They sold 1.5 million units for this game, which is
And
huge.
yeah, in the first 24 hours.
Yeah, the getting into the game when it released was pretty manga-esque because I think they were posting stats on the game. The community manager is really funny from this one. Whoever controls that social account, they won. But yeah, more than 100 and something thousand people were trying to get into the game at one point.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you about the PR company behind it, but who cares? It's
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
It's it's her company. Her name is Stephanie Tinsley, and I got to meet her at a Devolver event years ago. But I just have followed her on Twitter, because I just like Devolver employees give no fucks. They and then I admire her PR too. And I really thought Fall Guys was an incredible marketing and PR campaign. And yes, the Twitter is very good. And I know it's very good because I know that it's coming from the Tinsley, PR company. So yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Um, it just goes to say that foregoing industry standard practices, especially for multiplayer games, right? If you have a multiplayer game that's only multiplayer and it's a battle royale game, why not release an open beta so that you could stress test your servers?
Yeah, what were they doing with this beta?
It was sign up, and I signed up, and I never got anything for it. And I also applied for free keys to maybe we can give them away. I didn't get those as well. So
Ripperonis. I didn't expect to get keys.
no,
Like,
I didn't expect it, but I mean, at least give open beta for the last weekend. Open the floodgates. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You've already gotten your feedback for the most part because that beta was up for like a month or so.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I want to see them support it. It does have a battle pass. You can spend some money in it. Um, but the higher tier items, the ones that are for instead of I don't know what the purple coins are called, but the purple coins you earn in game and you could purchase them. But the cool items you need to win games with the crowns. You can't buy those, which is I'm okay with that.
Purple coins are called kudos. I thought that was funny.
Yes. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna keep playing it. Definitely turning off the music. But yeah, cool. A lot of people seem to like it as well. It was number one on Twitch for yesterday. Most of the day, 300 plus thousand people watching.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
excited. It's probably Devolver's most successful game.
Yeah, by far. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. And shit. Oh well. I'm just surprised they didn't do a full stress test, but it seems like a very successful launch. Congrats to them as an indie game, and as a small, but a smaller size, publishing company. So congrats! Like I think it's a huge success, even with some of the server issues. But apparently they're working on it, or they have already improved the stability. So
Yeah, I would love to see a Nintendo Switch release for this at $20. I would
mm-hmm.
also like to bring to your attention if you have a PlayStation 4, you can get this game for free right now. It's one of the free games of the month. I recommend taking opportunity of that. Only
Mm-hmm.
on Steam and PlayStation 4. So
Yeah, I'd recommend you play the Fall Guys like free version on your PlayStation instead of Gamer Girl.
yes.
No comment.
Yes.
Moving on.
So, I have exciting news. I don't want to
Go
get
ahead.
too excited about it because I've been disappointed before. But
Yeah, control the hype level.
yeah. 2 years ago, Paragon was shut down by Epic Games. I'll never forgive them for that.
Yeah.
It was one of, I don't know. There's something about that game that really attracted me towards it. It was like an approachable FPS MOBA type thing. The first and only one that I really enjoyed and played, but it was shut down.
Yeah.
They released assets of the game for free, and they gave refunds to people who spent money, and I got my refund as well. So it's been more than 2 years since that has been gone. There are 3 companies that are reviving Paragon, and
Wow.
one of them that is run by one of the community members. So someone who had online success, made some coin from it, is pumping some of that money in to revive Paragon, and it's called Predecessor. I've been
Okay.
watching. I'm part of their Discord. I haven't played it yet. I played an early version of one of the other ones. It was kind of shit. It didn't really run well. The thing about Paragon and Epic Games is they're a AAA studio, so it's gonna be smooth. The animation is gonna look really good. It's a really good looking game, and the gameplay was okay. Even though they fucked it up, it ran good.
Yeah.
This one looks really good. It's really promising. I don't want to get too hyped, but apparently it's going to be on Steam. It's going to be free to play. And there's other ones as well. But this one seems to have the most progress on it, and it seems to capture the essence on it. So, going to be on Steam. They said something. I think it was today I got, or yesterday, where it was an announcement where it's going to be coming in the next few weeks. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Are you gonna stream it?
Yeah, maybe, possibly. This is so
Okay.
much nostalgia for me playing this, and it's made by people from the community, mostly,
That's cool.
that came
Yeah.
together, so they know the best. They know the best update. That update was update 27, I believe.
Right.
Update 27 was mwah. And then
How long ago was that?
update 27 was maybe sometime in early 2017.
Well,
So way over 3 years ago. This is before they changed it multiple times.
yeah.
I'm excited about that. I can't wait to report that this thing is successful and I finally get my beloved back.
Is it bad if I hope they if Destiny follows the same route? Destiny 1. Like, just kill it. I think it's dead, right? Like, and then have, a community of fans make it.
Yeah, but I think something that people often forget is how taxing developing a game is. So put it this way. The people from these 3 game companies, I don't remember the other 2, but they had all the assets given to them. Probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to maybe millions of dollars of assets given to them.
Nice.
For free. And a game like Destiny requires too much know-how. It would take them far longer to recreate Destiny than it would to create like a battle arena type game.
Okay.
Um
Rip my dreams.
Yeah, but I mean, you might get something like that because I mean, we haven't talked about Destiny, but they're vaulting content in the game. I don't know if we talked about that. So basically, Destiny talk. They're vaulting destinations in the game to keep the file size down, but also keep content relevant, so they could make relevant content instead of having a planet that maybe, I don't know, newbies go on to explore it or do like quests or whatever. Just another thing that Bungie's trying to do to keep the player base engaged, but really, when People want Destiny 1 back. They want the original planets and the original things. Yes, I know. You want Destiny 2? What?
He's telling Deej. He's directly telling Deej right now to suck his nuts.
Yes. Yeah.
The good days of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, take us back, and also bring back Thorn.
It is back, but it's not what it was
No,
before.
you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bring back the traumatizing Thorn.
Yeah, the 2-shot and walk away.
Yeah, those were the days.
You have anything else for gaming?
Well, I'm interested to see Predecessor. Happy for Paragon fans. And just how generous that is to give them the assets. So they don't have to pay licensing. There's no risk of being sued. You know, other people. I've been sitting here trying to remember the name of the games where this has happened, where there was a community project. Oh, I'm thinking of, I think, the Star Trek movie, the like fan made Star Trek movie. Just at first, like, you're infringing on licensing, and they're like, hey, you can't do
You might be
this.
thinking of WoW private servers, vanilla private servers back in the day.
Sure. Yeah, there's just been different versions of this, like beloved games. You know, yeah, just going through this. So I'm glad that it's going on. This is a happy story.
Yeah. It took a while, but what I played maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, was kind of rough. So.
Well, I hope it delivers. No more disappointment.
No more tears. TV time.
Yeah. Well, if to do plugs real quick again, if you've been listening this far, thank you. We're going to talk about TV and movies. Again, make sure you follow our Linktree, follow us on Twitter at LowerBitrate, and also join us for movie nights. We didn't mention that earlier. We do movie nights on Monday night in Discord, and that's a good time. We watched shoot. What did we watch on Monday? Yes, thank you. I was like, Mud. No. Starring Matthew McConaughey. So yeah, join us. We have a good time every Monday.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions for movie night, those are welcome as well.
Yeah, we always welcome suggestions and feedback, and we will read it and then probably keep doing whatever we want.
Yes.
We will read it though.
So really quick, Warrior Nun. I've been sleeping on the show. I watched the first episode. Thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool. I don't know. Something to watch. But you have any? Did you finish it?
No.
Okay.
No, I got distracted with other things, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I think Warrior Nun is good. I thought the start was good, but I haven't gotten beyond that yet. So I know we kind of talked about it last time, but it's worth a watch. It's on Netflix. You know, if you have Netflix, which I'm sure you do, watch the first episode.
Yes. I watched it after I watched the Umbrella Academy season 2. I forgot this thing fucking came out.
So were you excited about the release? Like,
yeah,
you're a big fan of. Okay, go ahead.
I like the original. It's based on a Dark Horse comic, the Umbrella Academy.
I didn't realize that, but that's really cool.
Yeah. I like a lot of the actors and actresses in there, like Ellen Page, Shroud. LOL. Yeah, the season 2 took whatever they did in season 1 and pretty much gave it a little bit more cohesiveness, more glue on the plot. It was pretty easy to follow. A lot of the actors are you enjoy watching them, like Klaus. He's like so charismatic and funny. And there's also other people too. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say much of the plot or whatever. I want people to enjoy that themselves. But yeah, I'm excited. If they do a season 3, I'm on board.
Okay, I watched the first episode. I tried to start another one today, but I got tired and needed to take a nap. It's different. Like, I wasn't expecting like a musical number. Like, why was she playing the Phantom of the Opera medley, which I was like singing along to, couldn't help it. And then, it was like jumping all over the place. I had a hard time with that. It just reminds me of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Junior so far.
There's a reason for that, but you'll only find that out later. It's a spoiler if I tell you.
Okay, so keep going. All right.
Yeah, there's a little bit of wonkiness in the first season. That's kind of like, but it gets to
So
a
many
point where
characters. Yeah, I was like, wait, that's one of the kids too? Like, what the fuck? So
7 of them.
yeah, and then, but then they were trying to be like certain ones are missing, and then they like, I'll give spoilers. First episode, just watch it. One reappears, and I was like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Yeah, Shroud. He looks like Shroud, so I call him Shroud.
I had a really hard time with the angsty emo guy.
Klaus?
He was cheesy. No, the guy with like the black eyeliner that could summon people from the dead or could like talk to the dead.
Yeah, Klaus.
Okay, I thought Klaus was the brute.
No, that's Luther.
Oh, my bad.
Vanya's the violinist. Luther's the big dude. Klaus is the necromancer. 5, I don't even think he has a fucking name. 5 is the kid, Shroud. Who am I missing? The other girl is Allison. Diego is Antonio Banderas, the bootleg Batman. And then there's another one that I can't tell you unless you go further.
Are you being sarcastic about the Antonio Banderas thing?
No.
Okay. I need to watch more of this show. Because I do not know what you're talking about.
The onion.
All right.
You have to unravel it.
Got it. Yeah. And I guess comics can be a lot too. So keep going. I like the Dark Horse, shows and movies that they do.
Yeah, it gets some of it's a little violent, especially in the second season. Almost reminds me of The Boys.
Yeah.
But I do like the off-brand stuff. Like, I don't want nobody to chastise me for this, but like Watchmen, that kind of like off-brand where it's its own thing.
Isn't Watchmen a Dark Horse comic?
I want to say it is.
I'm pretty sure they're both Alan Moore, unless I'm confusing another series that just came out. Spell Academy. No, it's just a homage to it. I'm sorry. What was I thinking of? Maybe Looper or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
Just saying incorrect facts. That's what I do.
Alternative facts.
Yeah, I reject your reality and substitute it with my own. I'm still stuck on What We Do in the Shadows too. I haven't finished it. There's a lot of good shows right now. Like, I'm just trying to either I'm like hearing about or I'm trying to get caught up on. So
yeah, we have to talk about the Emmys soon. Not in this episode, but another one. What We Do in the Shadows was nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah. I hear I've actually gotten DMs from like friends being like, have you watched season 2 yet? And I'm like, no, like I'm still trucking along. I really like this part. And they're like, oh, just you wait. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. What makes me sad too is I think the door was shut on Watchmen on HBO for season 2. And they have the most nominations. out of all the
Yeah.
shows. I'm like,
Did I hope Regina King got nominated? Do you know she did for her role?
I believe so.
Well, she deserves it. I mean, I'm just rooting for her is all. Let's just say yes, she did get nominated because this is an alternative reality, just like Watchmen.
Is she a lead or a supporting?
No, she was the lead. She was the kick-ass,
She didn't
descendant.
get
Ooh, that's a mistake.
nominated. Which is interesting because Issa Rae got nominated.
For Insecure.
Yeah.
I think Regina King is better
I sent some
in
snubbage.
Watchmen. Yeah. Anyway, cares about Emmy drama. Regina King reigns in our hearts. So something else I've been watching, I started another show. Great. Is Torchwood. It's a BBC show and it happens in the Doctor Who universe. So they'll reference, and then also the main character from Torchwood has appeared on Doctor Who episodes. And I've watched many episodes of Doctor Who, especially with David Tennant as the Doctor. I really liked him a lot. And then I did like some of, I forgot his last name, Matt. He's very charming. But yeah, I like those two doctors and John Barrowman, who's from, excuse me, he's from Torchwood. He would have appearances on Doctor Who episodes. So I was like, hey, let's watch where he's from, which is in the United States. Torchwood is in the nope. It's also in England. I'm sorry. I thought because the main character was American, maybe Torchwood was in America, but it's not.
Oh wait, hold on. She is nominated.
Oh.
They didn't update their information. Yeah, so she is nominated for Watchmen.
I mean, yes. Easy nomination, possibly an easy win. And that's no snub to like the other nominees. I just think she's exceptional in that role too. Like, because she was playing a cop, but in this fantasy world, in Watchmen. But I don't know if you ever saw this show Southland about cops in LA. It was really good. And Regina King freaking was amazing in that show. I think that got her a lot of attention and really helped her, move on to movies, like move from TV to movies. That's not easy to do. Not many can do that. And because she was so exceptional in this Southland show, I think it was a TNT show. Yeah, she can definitely play a cop.
Yeah, I love Regina King. Well, at least she's not snubbed.
I like the way she talks. I'm thinking about her voice in my head right now. Does she do ASMR?
No comment.
She could do even like, okay, I should stop with this, but one more comment. She could do ASMR even in her like police officer voice, like, hey, drop the weapon, and even like start reading Miranda rights like in her voice. I would listen to it. I could go to bed, sleep to that. Be like, I'm safe.
Did we talk about Torchwood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen Torchwood except me. It's like talking to somebody who's like, you haven't seen Firefly? Like, anyway.
I've never seen Firefly or Torchwood.
I would recommend you give Firefly a chance. Like maybe, and I would even rewatch that. It's that good. And it has a movie. So if we watch that, then we could also watch, that concludes the series. So we could watch the movie that, wraps up the story.
Yeah. So they only did one season, right?
One season of Firefly. And that's like them taking Paragon away from you. They took Firefly away, Gone Too Soon. Yeah, Ripperonis. Fan base was heartbroken. Fans still are heartbroken. It still has a strong fan base. So yeah, it's a really good show.
Cool. I'm gonna call an audible.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, you're a fan of cartoons, right?
Yeah.
Old school cartoons. Comedy Central has greenlit reimagination of the Ren and Stimpy show.
Yeah, I read that. That show traumatized me a lot as a child.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of raunchy.
It was a Nickelodeon show, right?
Yeah.
I could sing a song from it right now. Do you remember the log commercial?
No, I don't remember
It's
anything.
log, it's log, it's better than bad, it's good. Okay. Stop.
Hopefully we see butts, cartoon butts soon. I thought that was interesting. It just popped
Yeah,
up.
I wonder what the animation style will be like. If it will be just the same exact thing, but animation. You got to animate for HD now, so
Yep.
it's a little different.
Let's see. Movie time.
Movie time. I'm excited.
What's the next movie we're watching?
I'm excited about this one. I had suggested it, and we could have very easily done a different Matthew McConaughey movie, but I was like, let's go comedy. Dallas Buyers Club, which we watched this past Monday, was a little bit heavier. There were funny moments, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, Bernie, it's Bernie. It's very funny. It's underrated. Oh my gosh, I try not to like hype up the movies we're about to watch, especially for people that haven't seen it. So I'll shut up, but I'm glad that we're able to do it. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Really good role for Jack Black. Perfect role. Like him in School of Rock, just like, wow, this was written for him. And then also Matthew McConaughey in this movie, and really good role for him.
So that's next week. We watched Dallas Buyers Club, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot how much of a fucking downer this was. I didn't remember most of it. Like I remembered the performances, but I remember the source material too, like what it was about. But I didn't realize like how fucking sad it was. Maybe it's just because I'm home and sadder than usual.
That's probably it. No, it was heavy.
Yeah. So what is this about?
Okay, when I first heard the title of this movie, I thought it was about real estate. I watched too many reality real estate shows. So, whoops. Yeah, that's not what this film is about at all. It's about it's about a lot of things, but I think for personal reasons, I was really affected by him trying to regain his health. So anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Matthew McConaughey plays this kind of grifter, right? Like
No, he's your typical your Texas Southern man.
But
He's
he
into
makes
women, he's into drugs, he's into alcohol, he's into rodeo, he works on a construction plant place.
But
He's
he
like
was
your man's man.
He was a bookie though. Not that was what I meant. Like remember he was like taking bets?
Yeah.
Rodeo. Okay. But yeah, I forgot he was an electrician because that happened like that was such a short part in the beginning. But yeah, so he's an electrician, just really looks like he lives and works in this shithole. Was it were the other guys working on a rig, like an oil rig?
I think so.
Because yeah, those I have a friend who works on those crews that service oil rigs, which are like way in the middle of nowhere. And sometimes those rigs will have towns that pop up around them because they're so isolated. And yeah, those aren't nice places. Yeah, just a bunch of trailers. So yeah, you really saw that. It was just a bunch of men who were just filthy and working around the clock. So he was an electrician.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't an electrician.
Yeah, this film is it's positioned in the mid to late 80s, and that's when the AIDS crisis happened. And I think
It's 85 it starts.
yeah. I think that it's an important film because not many people, well, AIDS is still a thing today, right? But the survivability odds are higher now than they were back then. And then a lot of people really didn't know what it was. I mean, has a lot of it's not direct commentary, but it's like passive commentary about like the stigma about AIDS and HIV. Um, because it shows you in the beginning of the film that Matthew McConaughey is this man's man, like he's having sex with women, doing drugs,
Yeah,
drinking,
he's an
rodeo.
outspoken homophobe, like just
Yeah, and he
woo,
has
yeah.
HIV. So yeah, it goes to show you the stigma, and just people just didn't know anything about like widespread drug use, sharing needles and shit like that. Um,
Well, they thought this spurred me to do some reading about the history of, during this specific like period the movie covers, which is only like seems like a year and a half or something. Um
two.
what the AIDS yeah, not a long time.
No.
What the AIDS crisis was like then, and really how it was a volatile time. They didn't, according to what I read, they didn't know that HIV and AIDS were linked. That wasn't confirmed. So they were like, and just the drugs they were using were not drugs made to treat an immune system disease. They were using cancer drugs and giving them blood infusions, just really not. But it's amazing their patients survived as long as they did because they were serving as guinea pigs, literally just testing these drugs that would destroy them, have horrible side effects. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it is hard to watch. This movie stands on three things in my mind: the performances of Matthew McConaughey, Jared Leto,
Mm-hmm.
and the writing and the supporting cast as well.
Mm-hmm.
I originally saw this film sneaking into it in 2013. Wanted to get a free movie on AMC's dime, and was enlightened by this. This was not a fun movie to watch. It is kind of funny in some certain areas of it. Like there's like some, country southern slapstick humor or whatever, just like smacks you in the face a little bit. But if you don't find that funny, you're not gonna find it, the humor in it funny.
The clash of Matthew McConaughey's character, I mean, they couldn't have been more opposite, right? Like the clash of Matthew McConaughey's character versus who turned out to be his business partner, but originally he met while he was in the hospital, like possibly doing this like really dangerous drug trial to possibly save his life. I mean, they gave him 30 days to live. They're like, and he was on death's door too. I mean, even Matthew McConaughey looked like he was on death's door. He did a really good job. But anyway, the humor was Jared Leto and Matthew McConaughey, them this unlikely friendship again. It's a good good stories, I think.
Yeah.
Really have unlikely friendships in them.
And yeah, you mentioned he looked like he was on death's door. Matthew McConaughey dropped so much fucking weight for this film. He looked like a skeleton.
How is he alive? It was like when Christian Bale lost weight for The Machinist.
Yes.
Is that how you say it? And yeah, just like holy,
they did
speed, dude.
There's a little bit of a Easter egg inside of the film when he gets his diagnosis of having HIV, and then that later turns into AIDS. There's a quick flashback of him thinking about what he was doing beforehand.
Yes,
because he says that he's not homosexual, right? So
and just to cut in, this was considered in a homosexual disease, right? Like, and according to the statistics at the time, the majority of people infected and affected were homosexual men. But the Matthew McConaughey's like, how did I get it? How did I get it? Like, I don't understand. And they didn't even know that unprotected sex and shared needle use was transmitting this, was causing such a crisis among other like demographics. And yeah,
and he also was chastised for it by his peers. He was evicted. He was just basically casted out. But fun fact, the movie he did previous to this was called Mud, and he was He was Buff Daddy. He was big. He was a country strong. And
Yeah.
there's one scene inside of Dallas Buyers Club that they shot before he lost weight,
Oh.
when he was flashback into when he had sex with, like, I'm assuming is a prostitute that had like a dragon or a snake tattoo on her back. That was filmed before he lost weight, after he did Mud, and then he dropped all that weight for the entire film.
Yeah.
Um Also another thing too, Jared Leto, he kills it this movie. He's a good actor, barring the Joker, but um yeah, one of the highlights for me for this one. Such a like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like he's over there decorating Matthew McConaughey's room with pictures of Boy George, you know, like 80s, like gay icons or whatever, and he's just like, why the fuck is my room covered in Boy George posters?
Why was Jared Leto fucking with him like that? Like they had their own offices and their own rooms. Like why did you have to
Wants to
hang that?
spice it up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then
Because
he
it just
realizes this is a very subtle thing. He's like, why is my room fucking red?
he would
Before
just paint the room like, just a true free spirit. Like and it was a hotel. Why did he paint the room with a hotel?
the 80s, anything goes on.
Oh man, it was the 80s. Yeah. Oh, there was so much drug use.
Yeah. A lot of
It was.
cocaine.
Do you think perhaps they filmed that wasn't an accident, like a mistiming on the overlapping casting and like how hard it is to drop weight like that for a role? That they showed him this quick flash of him having sex with that woman who had really bad track marks, like in an alley. He was healthy. Like, do you like maybe that was the point? Like, because then he got the disease, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, look, if you paid close attention, you did see him before this ripped his body apart. And also his lifestyle.
Changed.
Hard living.
Yeah.
He would still drink though.
He would. But, I don't want to speak on the science of it. I don't really know what it was, but apparently, if you do some research and if you look back to, articles of the late 80s,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of FDA fuckery going on because they wanted to, as usual, control the monies.
Mm-hmm.
So he was getting a lot of questionable shit from different countries. And if you notice, he put on a little bit more weight towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um,
yeah, they showed the transformation because I was like, "Ooh, he's going to accomplish all this in 30 days," and it kept counting down and down, and then it was like 2 months later,
yeah.
and it showed him healthier, like, because they were putting poison in his body, like, these cancer drugs, like, are made to kill cells, so they'll kill healthy cells along with it, and really take a tax on your body and even damage your immune system, which you already have a disease that is, interfering with your immune system. What a nightmare. So he had a lot to recover from. And it was really amazing. Like, I wonder if it was a combination of him taking better care of himself, getting nutrients in his body for the first time ever, maybe quitting the hard drugs, but his skin got better.
Mhm.
He didn't look gaunt anymore. He was still pretty thin. But yeah, something was helping and it seemed to work for him. So,
Movies like this really do a good job of comparing and contrasting, without actually saying anything. You would have to keep an open eye out for it. So when he first gets his first illegal, by the way, dose of AZT, which is the cancer drug
mm-hmm,
that they were using as like guinea pigs for people, he
mm-hmm.
was like, taking it with alcohol, then doing fucking drugs right after, snorting a line of coke, which is what you're not supposed to do. Um, and then contrasting that to later, where he was taking, I think it was DCP or DDP or whatever it was. It was a off-brand or not approved drug from the FDA, and he was taking it with water. And he stopped
Mm-hmm.
snorting coke. Um,
And then even he would go on these rants about like how to eat
yes.
too, like they didn't know. There was like, when did the like nutrition and like step aerobics boom, like Richard Simmons things start happening in America? I wonder if it like what the overlap is, but America didn't know about nutrition, right? Like they were just winging it. Like, yeah, it's interesting just to see. Wow, he had to learn and like teach other people, like, if you eat fruits and vegetables, you'll do better than if you just eat cocaine and whiskey.
Yeah.
So just a point I wanted to make is like the part that leaves you wondering all throughout the movie, like you're really rooting for this pair, this unlikely pair of Jared Leto and Matthew McConaughey. I don't know if you noticed, but like anytime he came in contact with the gay community, they were always kind, generous, like nothing but welcoming to him. And there were times he was really terrible, like really homophobic and would say really bad things. He didn't like do anything, physically to harm them, but it was hard to watch, his homophobia manifest. But something I wanted to point, it's like, I don't think my interpretation of this, only seeing it once, is that this whole story was not a story about an altruistic man. Like he was an entrepreneur. He was looking to make money and he saw a way, he saw dollar signs when he got better and realized that he could easily obtain this medication or not medication, but like supplements and all like proteins and weird things they were doing, and make money off of it simply because it worked and it saved his life. So he was able to push it, even though it was a bit of a snake oil like operation.
Yeah.
Because he almost killed himself on his own regimen.
Yeah, he was the guinea pig for most of the stuff. He would try it on himself first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is a barren story, but it does have some silver linings. You see him sort of regress and see one of his old friends in the supermarket, and Jared Leto's character comes rolling up, and then he says, when his friend says, these F words are all around, and he's like, yeah, here's my friend, here's Ray, and he looks, and then they're about to shake hands. He doesn't want to shake his hand, so he puts this motherfucker in a headlock, and it's like, shake his hand.
Yeah.
And he
Like
does.
Jared Leto wanted to walk it off, like was used to it, being treated as a second class citizen. Like just something that's untouchable, like a leper. So he was going to walk it off. No big deal. Happens all the time. Going to be the bigger person. But Matthew McConaughey was like, fuck no. You
This
will
happens
shake
now.
his hands. Yeah. But again, it's like, was he like, yes, he changed, but was he being truly altruistic, or was he like, this is my fucking business partner, you're being rude, like shake this person's hand? Like, was it really a statement about homophobia and being an ally to those that are marginalized, like, or was it,
I think so,
his pride, because he was treated that way and I guess he didn't want his business partner to be treated that way?
at the very end, I think he became an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the back that he wasn't homosexual and he never engaged in any of that. On paper, we don't know what he does behind closed doors, right? But he was treated as if he was one, right? And then, all throughout the film, getting to know these people and the generosity that they showed him and the kindness that they showed him, when he got kicked out of the hotel, um, he was given a house to operate out of free of charge, and he was like, "I'm only paying $150 a month." And this is '80s numbers, so probably $150 a month is probably like what, like $300-400, in today's money. So yeah, he was just, I think he did become an ally eventually, and I think his old friend's disrespect of Ray was I think it's confirmed that he had some, he cared about Ray because the crescendo about this film is Ray eventually dies.
Yeah.
Too much drug use, and they just succumb because when you have HIV or AIDS, probably AIDS more, any small cold, pneumonia, anything like that can kill you.
Yeah.
Your immune system gets attacked 100%. So, yeah, I think he was affected. Do you think he looked affected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a huge loss because of what they built together and what they had I would say they were through death's door, and then they both opened it and walked back, into life. And they had both experienced homophobia in a way. They had both been discriminated and treated badly because of something they couldn't control.
Yeah. Would you say, okay, so the Dallas Buyers Club, right? The whole premise of the film is it's a buyers club, meaning that I'm not. So if I were to sell you, I don't know, FBI, don't open up. I don't have any. But if I were to sell you some Adderall, that'd be me dealing drugs to you. There's a exchange of money for product, right? But they spend it on being a club, like a membership, where I'm not. The drugs are free. You just have to pay for a membership.
Right. As long as you're not selling these things, he was able to find a loophole where he could bring them into the country, but then also get money for his efforts, be like a plug for these very sick people. And I guess, another reason I found this is selfish is he stated clearly to the FDA, he's like, these are the drugs I need to stay alive. If you take these away from me, son, because he was dressed like a fake preacher, I'll die. This is life or death. Right. And I think he said it was cancer because, in the United States, they wouldn't have respected him with an AIDS diagnosis. Anyway, they would have been like, you're going to die no matter what. You're full of shit.
So they
there's
wouldn't
no
have
stopping
let him
this. True. They would have turned him back. That's right. There was a crisis going on. So, yeah, he had to say cancer and he had to say these were life-saving drugs, which living in South Texas, I've seen people go to Mexico to get treatment that's not legal here or that can't be, sold, like to get certain supplements that will work for them, or to even go on, say, like some sort of cannabis, like, using cannabis in like pain treatment or who knows what else, like just having the option to really have autonomy of your, health, especially if you're a sick person. And you can find that in Mexico because more things are legal and there's no FDA there. I guess just even to say like this wasn't like a one-time thing, like him going to Mexico to get healthcare. Like you hear people going to Canada to get the drugs they need. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it happens today as well.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
But
if tangent, he didn't, go ahead.
It is cheaper for insurance companies to give life-saving medicine to their, people that pay. For example, my uncle, it's cheaper for them to pay for him to go to Canada, get the drugs, pay for them, pay for a flight back, than it is to just send him the drugs in the mail.
And that's not just Canada. Like people will go to like Asian countries that far of a flight, thousands of dollars on a flight, because the surgery isn't $40,000. It's like $100 or say even like $2,000, which is affordable. That's less than people's deductible. That's less than my deductible for sure for health insurance. So just to save a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Even plastic surgery is big too. Go to the DR, come back with a fucking fatter ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this one was one of the best movies of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It won a whole bunch of awards.
Mm-hmm. The actors did too. Yeah.
Yeah. Jared Leto won. Matthew McConaughey won. I think this is his first one. I think this is the film. I mean, you can make an argument for Mud. But I think this one was the big film that put him on the map.
You think True Detective didn't do that? I mean,
True
he's
Detective
been making.
came out after, I believe.
All right. I mean, he's had other work that was good. Like, wasn't he in A Time to Kill with Samuel L. Jackson? Like, I really remember that movie as being really moving. Dealt with racism, not homophobia. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay. We don't have to watch it. It's heavy, but yeah, it's just a similar story.
I'm trying to look up the Oscars for 2014.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So they didn't win Best Picture. That one went to 12 Years a Slave.
Same year.
No Best Director, Alfonso. I forget his last name. He won for Gravity. Best Actor went to Matthew McConaughey. Best Supporting went to Jared Leto. Actually, you know what? I'm actually surprised. This Best Picture was pretty stacked this year for 2014. It was American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, with Spike Jonze, Nebraska, Philomena, The Wolf of Wall Street, and 12 Years a Slave. 2014.
That was when they did that 10 movie thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was weird. Like, what do you do in Academy? Like, they would add like 100 times the nominees to the Academy Awards show, but they still don't have a category for comedy. Like,
LOL.
Oh, but I think it's better maybe they don't, because comedy is different. Say from like a nuanced story of like Mud or Dallas Buyers Clubs, like Dallas Buyer Club, like we just watched. The thing about comedy is like it fails or it doesn't, like it lands or it doesn't. It's a success or a failure. There's no, like, it's a pass fail grading, as opposed to Dallas Buyers Club, which can slow pitch some comedy right over the plate that gets knocked out of the park with laughs, but that's because it's comic relief. It's not fair. I don't know how they would judge comedy. I feel like they would fuck it up.
Yeah, they're old. Who cares?
Fucking boomers.
I think I'm good with Dallas Buyers Club this week.
Oh my God, I thought this was 45 minutes and I just looked at the timer. So if you are still listening, thank you. Please make sure you follow our Twitter to stay updated with like movie nights and different announcements, episode releases. And make sure you register to vote.
Yes.
Goodbye.